We reported the Phase II results of Liso-cel, which is a CD19 auto CAR with equal parts of CD4, CD8s, infused a single infusion for patients with relapsed refractory follicular. So there were several different cohorts, but to be eligible for the study, you had to have at least one prior line of chemoimmunotherapy, good organ function, good performance status. For the second line cohort, you also had to have POD24 or meet Guelph criteria. There was a third line cohort and then a fourth line plus cohort. And so what we presented is the safety results for the entire cohort, so second line plus, and then the efficacy results for third line plus. And so if you look at the baseline characteristics between those two different designations, they're pretty similar with the exception of median prior lines of therapy. So mostly the population is younger patients, pretty heavily pretreated, chemo refractory, over-enriched with POD24. About 40% did have bridging, so it kind of gives you a sense of, these were patients that were in need of therapy. The safety looks really good, particularly for a CAR T. So there was one patient with grade 3 CRS. Actually, the majority had grade 1 CRS. Resolves. Median time to onset's a little bit longer than, say, with the CD28 CAR, so that lends itself to outpatient infusion. Only 5% have hypogammaglobulinemia. Despite 22% having cytopenias, the vast majority recover by day 90, and the rates of grade 3 or higher infection were quite low, so only about 5%. And so in general, the safety looks really good, and the efficacy is pretty phenomenal at this point, though relatively short follow-up, but 97% objective response rate, 94% complete response, so nearly all responded, except for 3 who had all the rest had CRs, so that's kind of impressive.